I think I'm live. Hey, everybody, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. Today is March 31st. It is Friday. It is 4:30 p.m. Eastern Central Time if you're watching this live. I'm Star. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you haven't already, you can subscribe as well. And make sure you hit that little bell next to the subscription because that will notify you when I put out new content. I try to do a video every day, but I get pretty sporadic sometimes. I'm not the most reliable always when it comes to YouTube, but I do try to put out new content for you. So if you want to be notified, hit the bell or join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. I always post in there when I put up a new video, as well as you can tag me in there for any questions, comments, or concerns you have about reselling in general. And I'm really fast to answer you there if I'm tagged, much faster than comments here or in email. I do answer all of those also. What else did I want to say? Oh, yes, March 31st. It's Friday. March 31st is the last day of the first quarter of 2023. So this means today is your last day to use your coupons for free shipping supplies. Who doesn't like free stuff? Find something you can use and get it. You guys, we're giving these coupons from eBay as part of our subscriber perks for having subscriptions to stores on eBay. Use them. Free is free is free is free. If it's free, it's something you're not buying and you're saving money on the bottom line and you're making more profits. And that's so super important in today's economy. Use those coupons. Use your coupons. Your coupons. I know some people don't like their tape. I love their tape. Listen, I moved from Pennsylvania to Florida and from Florida back to PA and taped these huge moving boxes. You can see one there with the red on it. We taped those shut with eBay tape, with books, Stephen King hardcover books, and really heavy stuff. And we had no problem. The movers had no problem with our boxes. I like eBay tape. You can get it for free. Pick padded mailers if you do video games. Pick poly bags. Pick something free, and it doesn't roll over. So tomorrow you'll lose it. All right, let me say hi to some folks in the comments. I got to put my eyes on because I'm 80 years old. Vanessa is here. Hi, Vanessa. Kiki rocks you too. Did I say that correctly? Is in, now that I will not say. Muskegon. She's in Michigan. I assume this is Samantha. Yeah, this is Samantha. She's also in Michigan. Della is in Windy, Iowa. Welcome in, Della. Mary's here. Hi, Mary. Hi, Lucille. Good to see you. Lots of familiar faces. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, Christy. I met Christy last year at FlipCon. Good afternoon. I'll have you on blast as I'm rearranging. Hey, you got to multitask sometimes. So if you got to put me on in the background and just listen while you do something else, if you need to list, if you need to take photos, if you need to work, take your Christmas tree down if you haven't done that already, that's fine. I'm not that nice to look at, right? Just listen to me. I got good stuff to say. Hey, Sherry Cook is here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Karen says, we survived the tornado, skipped Peoria. I am glad to hear that. Karen was in her basement because they were having tornado warnings. She did pop into my List Perfectly listing party real quick. She was down in the basement with her little dog. He was so cute. So glad to hear that you're safe and sound and the tornado skipped you guys. Christy gets the boxes. See, there's so many options you're allowed to choose from. And here's the thing. Here's how I feel about the free coupons. There's a lot of folks that don't like eBay supplies. Okay, whatever. But if I handed you a $50 bill, assuming you had the same store subscription as me, would you crumple the $50 bill up and throw it on the floor and then just step over and ignore it 4 times a year? Or would you take that $50 and get something for free with it 4 times a year? That's all I'm saying. Yes, I'm a little snotty about it because don't waste money, guys. Hey, Lori, welcome in. Bobby is here. Um, I'm gonna butcher your name if I say it, but I appreciate that you're here, and I don't want to, star up your name. It's been thunderstorming here, a little windy, mostly rain. I can tell you because I started to feel the aura of a migraine yesterday. I was like, oh, it's gonna rain. When the barometric pressure changes, that's one of my triggers. So I caught it in time. Got one of my Imitrex taken yesterday, and then I took one before bed. And I'm having some extra caffeine because that does help when I feel a headache coming. I think they already discontinued this again. I'm trying to get the light off of it. This first came out, gosh, my youngest son will be 19 in May. He was like 2. So I guess this first came out about 17 years ago. It's a grape. And they were going to discontinue it. And I went and bought so much. I had an entire closet pantry full of 12 packs. Then they brought it back a couple years later, but they brought it back as like a sour grape. Anyway, it was back for a little while. It's dreamy. And I don't like it just because it's purple, although that doesn't hurt. It's really my favorite Mountain Dew. It's grapey. I don't allow myself to have these often. I usually actually try to get the zero, but I couldn't find the zero, which is why I think they're discontinuing it. But it's Friday, so I always let myself have an extra soda. Usually diet, but I need the caffeine. Like Peggy. Teggy? Teggy? Did I say it right? Teggy? And Debbie's here. Welcome in. All right, now that I've endorsed Mountain Dew, someone write to them and tell them they need to pay me to be endorsing them on this channel because I think I have a Mountain Dew in my hand every Friday of some flavor or some sort of Mountain Dew or Pepsi Max. I do like those. They don't make Pepsi Max anymore. I just remembered that. And Keith fusses at me at the store. So they used to have a black can of Pepsi called Pepsi Max that had ginseng root in it. They don't make it anymore. It's now called Pepsi Zero, but I still call it Pepsi Max. I like it. I like also Coke Zero. Y'all don't care what sodas I like. I don't know what I'm telling you. Yeah. So if you don't want or need your supplies, I don't know if that's okay. I mean, I would think that's okay to do. I don't think eBay would care, but you could also just get it and list it and sell it. People sell eBay supplies all the time. People sell eBay shipping supplies all the time. All right, so I have a list here of things I want to talk to you guys about. We did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up as you're listening today if I didn't mention that. So I'm going to address this real quick. If you're forgetting to take stuff off, you have bigger problems than cross listing. Once you start cross posting to other platforms, there should never be a forget. It should become part of your routine. Hashtag tough love, Bobby. Hashtag tough love. If you forget, you got bigger issues. It needs to become part of your routine. Some folks do it as things sell. I don't. I live on the edge. I don't think that my way is necessarily the correct way to do things. It is a little riskier. I every morning when we sit down to make our list of stuff we have to pull to ship, I end stuff. And I technically do it Friday morning and then not again until Monday morning, and that's really living on the edge. So do not do that. But in all the years of cross posting, even pre-list perfectly, we've only ever double sold items a couple of times, and it was at instances that it would have been beyond our control anyway. So even if we were the type of people that ended items right when they sold on other platforms, the very few instances of double selling, it wouldn't have mattered. It still would have been out of our control. The best instance I can give you is a couple of weeks ago, we went to see Ant-Man at the movie theater. And how dare us go to a movie? Because as we were in the movie theater watching the movie, something sold twice. Old t-shirt, years and years old. It was like American Eagle or Old Navy. It was like a 3-year-old shirt. Never had any interest, right? Sold on Macari and eBay while we were in the movie theater. And then a couple weekends ago, we had the same shirt sell on Poshmark, Macari, and eBay at like, it was like 2, 3, and then 4 in the morning. It was like right consecutively. We were asleep, so it wouldn't have mattered. But just make it part of your routine. Sorry, my throat is very dry. Hey, Esmeralda, welcome in. Thank you for coming in, friend. I appreciate it. Um, the pro plan does make it a lot more easier. That is not correct grammar. Um, and I did something here that broke something I was going to show you, but I think I'll show it to you anyway. Don't listen to me. I'm thinking out loud. Dun dun dun. I'm reading comments. Thanks for the reminder. I'm a hot mess. So, if it makes you feel any better, Bobby, I bought 2 50-pound boxes of ThredUp. And we haven't even started our taxes. What? I thought that was pretty much well known that by now that Keith and I like to procrastinate, and that very last weekend, right before they're due, we'll sit all day and do them. We're procrastinators, so we haven't started our taxes. So. Hi, friend. Welcome in. I've never had something so on. Oh, amateur mistake. I didn't mute my YouTube. It only ever happens when, even if I was diligent about it, it always ended them. It's always when I'm asleep. It's always when I'm at the movie theater. It's always at times that I can't help. Hopefully, when I start my demo process, you'll either see something that you're doing wrong and be able to fix it, or if not, you'll have to go to Liz Perfectly's Tech, and they can help you. Leslie's here. Whoop whoop. Okay, we're not the only ones. And in fact, we usually do them on that weekend. This year, we were going to push it till that Monday, like last minute. And I said to Keith, well, what if you never know what's going to happen? What if something happens? And he's like, then we just put it in an extension and we don't worry about it till October. We're the worst. We keep good spreadsheets of accounting every month. We update it. We typically update it once a week. Ideally, we should be doing it twice a week, but typically once a week, sometimes every other week. We have really good spreadsheets of our costs and our profits, and we keep those, and we keep all the receipts, and we keep track of everything. Like, I have written down in one place the cost of all my flights, hotels, and tickets for reseller events last year. We're very organized. It's just we don't like to sit down and fill it all out and do it. Plus, we always end up owing tons of money, which is not, I mean, it's a problem you want to have, I guess. If you owe a ton of money, it means you made a ton of money. So the more money you make, I guess the more you have to pay on your taxes. And we also do set that aside. So we try to set aside like 10% of our income, 10 to 15% every month, separate to pay taxes. But it's still, I mean, we're ideally the kind of people that could just sit down with our spreadsheets, our receipts, and everything, and have it done and just get it over with and pull from that savings account that we set aside into and just pay them. But we still can't. We don't like to. We procrastinate. It's what we do. And then we have to bribe ourselves. So we always reward ourselves with something like, oh, we finally finished the taxes. We'll go to Cold Stone Creamery. A couple years we did that. This year I can't speak. This year we will be rewarding ourselves by going to Dave and Buster's for hamburgers and video games. I'll let other people answer that. I mean, I have my opinion, but I don't want to convince anyone not to have my reseller genie and then have those people mad at me. But we do our own spreadsheets. We keep a lot of our information in List Perfectly. Everything in a plastic tote. Well, we have bags. They're not in here. I thought I was going to show you. I thought they were right here. We have little Ziploc bags with the labels that you can write on that say January 23, February, you know what I mean? I don't agree, but that's me. So, like I said, I do like Faith and her husband. They're good people. So I don't want to say don't use their product, but I don't think it's necessary. So, let's talk about cross posting. I've been saying since 2017 that everyone should be cross posting. So even back pre-shutdown, pre-COVID, pre the world went crazy, pre everything changed and everything is different, and now we have an economic situation and everybody's finances suck, and nobody has any money. Even before that, when things were great, I've been telling you guys, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't rely on one platform. You can't put all your items on eBay and expect to be successful. Things happen. We know right now the search is broken on eBay. Sales are down on eBay. Sales get slow on there sometimes for various reasons. If they have a glitch and the search is broke, if it's summer slowdown, whatever is going on. If you rely fully on eBay, I don't care how good of a living you make on eBay. There's going to come a time when it's going to slow down. So do you want to rely on that solely? Or would you like to have multiple streams of income? And these aren't just cross-posting either, guys. There's a lot of options out there, which I'm not going to talk about today because that's a whole other topic. But there's a lot of options out there for affiliate links. You can be an affiliate for List Perfectly, Amazon, eBay. You can build yourself up a social media following and model outfits and link them back to Instagram, Amazon for your affiliates. There's just a lot of options out there. But you should definitely have a lot of streaming. Nope. A lot of different streams of income coming in. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't rely on one platform. I don't care what platform is your favorite. Don't rely on it. Personally, I'm going to say this because it's my honest, heartfelt opinion. I think of all the platforms, eBay has the most problems, but it also has the most global reach. It's the most well-known. I mean, you hear eBay referenced all the time in television shows and movies. I see it referenced in a lot of the books I read. Everyone knows what eBay is. It's global. It has the biggest audience, the most buyers because everyone knows about eBay. Not everyone knows about Citizen, right? My throat is so dry. I may have to sneak out and get a cough drop at some point just to get through it. So yeah, I just agree with a lot with eBay, and I think they have the most problems, but I also think you're shooting yourself in the foot if you're not on eBay. You need to be. Regardless of everything else, just be on there because, I mean, 80% of our sales come from eBay, probably. Maybe a little bit more when times on eBay are good, and maybe a little bit less when times on eBay are bad. But when times are bad, we have other platforms that sell well, and so it all balances out. I've been hearing ads for Poshmark and Mercari too. I haven't heard one for eBay in a long time. Lori makes a very good point. So if you're only on one website or one selling platform, it's like only selling to one client. So that being said, let's talk about fees. Lord, my throat. Give me some strength. I don't want to have to go get a cough drop. All right, I made this little thing on a notepad. I'm actually going to share I'm not going to stop my camera because I just did. Welcome to Amateur Hour at the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. Yeah, people have been saying that, Carrie Berry's mom, but they keep hearing the ads for the eBay motors. But I haven't heard them, but there's more to eBay than just motors. I liked the ads they did a couple Christmases ago, but have you checked eBay? Do you guys remember those? Have you checked eBay? Okay, so we're just going to look at this. I'm probably going to have to run and get a cough drop. I don't think I'm going to be able to read much more. I will try to be fast. All right, sorry guys. So sorry, but the vocal fry and the dry throat this week is for real. So we're gonna do this. I don't know if I'm getting a cold or it's allergies. I keep telling people, you know, I'm not sure. My allergies. I'm over it. My allergies present as a cold. So sometimes I ignore colds thinking they're allergies, but can you shut my door, Keith? Thank you. But I do get vocal fry really bad on Friday anyway, because I'm recording all day. I'm recording all day, and then I do the listing party and then this. Lucille says it's always. It's probably allergies. I hope it's just allergies. But allergies and colds are the same to me. They feel the same, congestion and all that, like you, like I am sick. All right, let's go back to this. So, that's not the one I want to say. Lord Almighty, today's my first day on YouTube. Can you tell? Oh, no, my parents always sent me with the Walmart or the Walgreens brand, the honey lemon. I bought these because they actually feel numbing, kind of. They're on the expensive side, but these actually kind of numb, so I can keep talking through vocal fry. All right, so I did a sheet here. Now, for simplicity for math, I went with some certain, I guess, assumptions or certain numbers. But it's just to kind of give you an idea or a gist, okay? So we're going to talk about eBay fees versus other platforms, because I consistently, when we talk about cross-posting, when we talk about listing your items on other platforms, I consistently see the complaints of, when everybody else's fees are so much higher. They're not. They're really not. Poshmark's might be a little bit, but for the less amount of headache and the no returns and everything else you get with Poshmark, it's worth the extra couple cents. And I'm going to show you the breakdown. So let's say you have a starter store on eBay. It's $4.95 a month, and you get 250 listings included in that $4.95. If you go over 250, you're paying 30 cents per listing after that. So let's say you have exactly the 250 listings. This is where I said I took some liberties just for the ease of math to give you an idea. But we're going to say you have the exact 250 you're allowed. It averages out to 20 cents per listing that you're already paying. This is what people forget. When they want to complain that everywhere else is more expensive, eBay has a lot more places where they hit you. They're also convoluted. Their fees are very convoluted, very, I wouldn't say hard to understand, but you really have to read them and pay attention, because different categories on eBay have different final value fees. For the ease of this example in today's show, we're going with a straight across the board average of 15%. That includes whatever percentage of the category you're in, Plus, they charge you a processing fee for the payment processor that they use. Because the different categories all have different fees, we're just going to say between the final value fee and the processing fee, it's 15%, give or take. It's probably less. So if you sell a $20 item and you have a starter store, your 15% is $3 in fees. If you promoted that item at the minimum of 2%, you're adding another 40 cents. Add in the 20 cents you paid per listing, your fee on a $20 item is $3.60. If you went over 250 listings, that raises it up 10 cents because now that initial listing, instead of being 20 cents averaged out, is 30 cents, right? Following? So it would be $3.70. If you have a basic store, you're paying $21.95 a month for 1,000 listings. Over 1,000 is 25 cents additional. That averages out to 22 cents per listing. If you sell a $20 item with your $3 fees and promote it at 2%, an extra 40 cents, your total for that is $3.62 because you have to add in what you're paying to list it. People forget that, and that's why I did this breakdown. It's free to list everywhere else except Etsy, I think. It's free to list everywhere else, and then you're just paying a final value fee. eBay charges you the store subscription or per listing. If you're paying the subscription, it averages out cheaper, but you're still forgetting that you're paying for that listing up front. And then the promoted. If you are in a highly competitive, oversaturated category, you must have promoted on. If you're selling used clothing, if you sell anything similar to what me and Keith do, our business model, you have to be doing the bare minimum of 2% to even think you're competing with other sellers. It's the way eBay set it up. I don't agree with it, but if you want to have a chance, you have to do what everyone else is doing to even stay here, because most people are doing way more than 2%. All right. Now, we get to the premium store. I didn't figure in 10,000 listings because I only know one person with 10,000 or more listings, and that's Trish. I only know one person with more than 10,000. Most people who have the premium store, which is $59.95 a month, usually have somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 listings. I have several friends right at the 4 to 5 mark, and myself and Keith are right between 2 and 3, and I have a lot of friends there too. So I did the breakdown for the premium store for 4,000 listings, because most folks who have this, that's where they're going to be. So if you have the premium store and you're paying $59.95 a month, and you have 4,000 listings, you're paying 15 cents a listing up front. Your $3 in fees on a $20 item. Then if you're promoting it, another 40 cents. So your total fees for the item is $3.55. Now keep in mind, if you're doing a higher percent of promoted, it's going to be more than that. Now, if you want to divide that in two to figure out, on 2,000 listings, for someone like Keith and I, we're paying 30 cents a listing when it averages out. And our total is $3.70 on a $20 item. Okay, so on Poshmark, I did pull all these up so you could see. Poshmark takes a flat commission of $2.95 on anything under $15. But for everything else, they take a 20%, right? So on a $20 item, the fee is $4. So yes, that is a little bit higher. If you're on a starter store on eBay, and this again is assuming it's a $20 item, this 20 all in, whether they paid shipping or you had free shipping, because the fees are on everything. You are paying 40 cents more, less as you go up because you're saving money. But so yes, Poshmark is a little bit higher in this scenario. Mercari, they do 10% and then 2.9% plus a 50-cent fee. So on a $20 item, it's $3.08. That's actually cheaper than eBay. You see what I'm saying here? Grailed. They do 9% and then 3.49 plus 0.49 payment processing fee. So on a $20 item, I wish people stopped messaging me on Fridays between 4:30 and 5:30. On Grailed, it's $2.98. Kitizen, I pulled this up for you to look at. 12% plus 50-cent processing fee. So Kitizen on a $20 item would be $2.90. Etsy, I don't sell on Etsy, so I was just trying to look through this real quick to get an idea. We don't sell on Etsy, but from what I'm understanding, there's a 20-cent listing fee, correct? Correct me if I'm incorrect if anybody sells on Etsy. I mean, there's a lot here to read. This looks as convoluted as eBay's fees, right? It looked like 20 cents, and then there's 6.5% transaction fee, but then you can pay for advertising and promoting and offsite ads and all kinds of other stuff where you can increase your cost. So I just said for Etsy on a $20 item, it's going to be $2.50 plus. It could be more depending on what ads and promotions you're doing. And then I don't sell on Facebook Marketplace either. But I did Google it, and you can correct me if you're a Facebook Marketplace seller and I'm incorrect. Absolutely correct me. But what I could find by Googling was 5%. So, I mean, that's correct. On a $20 item, your fee on Facebook Marketplace is only $1. So, most folks I know are using either the basic store or the premium store, and you probably have 2,000 or less items. So on a $20 item, most folks are paying between $3.62 and $3.70 on eBay. Everywhere else is cheaper except for Poshmark. So the theory that the fees are higher everywhere else is just not correct. It's incorrect. It's not right. It is incorrect. All right, now I have to try to find this so I can come out of here. So those are your fees. I'm going to go through the comments real quick. Yes, so eBay goes back further than 3 months, and Terapeak now goes back 2 full years. Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for joining us today. It's expensive. So yeah, Etsy can add up definitely, which is why I just kind of figured out a base price, put that plus sign there, because you don't have to advertise. I'm sure you do. I'm sure it's like eBay where if you want to compete, you have to be promoted. Yes, it is free if they're in your area. I'm doing this on the assumption that you're shipping items and selling to ship. I think eBay is actually the hardest of all platforms to learn and list on, and the other ones, the other platforms have much less information you're filling in. They don't require as many item specifics. The fees are very straightforward. It's this percent, boom. eBay's so convoluted, and every category has a different fee. And then you have all these inventories. eBay is not my favorite, but it's where we make our money. So yes, good advice. I usually advise this stuff on Plush. Not a sneaker seller, but absolutely there is a Jordan movie coming out, so the sales will go up. Keep that in mind for Plush too. When a new kids movie comes out, the characters of that movie, you always want to raise your plush prices on them, because every time a little kid sees a minion in the theater, they got to have a minion. I tolerate eBay. It's a love-hate. It's a love-hate. I love the amount of sales I get there. I love the money. Not so much anymore right now, but it would depend on what you sell. Cuckoo Bananas. I like saying your name. Cuckoo Bananas. It would depend. If you sell a lot of clothing and sneakers, probably Poshmark. If you sell a lot of electronics, toys, and plush, probably Macari would be your next one to learn. Grailed and Kitizen are like afterthoughts. Etsy, if you have a lot of vintage and or you're a crafter and sell handmade items or anything like that. So I guess we're going to get into me demoing some stuff and hope that my computer cooperates, right? Okay. So let me show you this. I'm not even sharing my screen. My goodness. It is my first day on YouTube, I promise. That's a good point. We stay with the, I just told you what we have and I've already forgotten. It's the medium one, the premium. So on Poshmark, if you really want to increase your sales, you got to share your closet and do offers. Try to check a couple times a day for new likes and send out offers to those, because you want to strike when the iron is hot. You don't want to offer someone an offer on Sunday that liked it last Monday. So check a couple times a day. And then, once a week, usually on Sundays, I'll send out an even deeper discount and using their bulk feature. So during the week, I check a couple times a day and send out 20% off. And then on Thursday, goodness grief, on Sunday, I send out 30%. But share and send offers. Thank you so much, Cuckoo Bananas. Not only is your name fun to say, you gave me a super chat today. Go, Cuckoo Bananas. Thank you so much. Kitizen, we were talking about this. I do a listing party for List Perfectly Wednesday evenings. And I think I counted 12 sales, and I've been on there since last August. I really treat it as a set it and forget it. I don't get into the sharing and stuff on Kitizen. It's so easy to cross-post to Kitizen using List Perfectly that it's just an extra couple of clicks, so I figure why not? I get a couple of extra sales, right? But if I didn't use List Perfectly and I cross-posted manually, I honestly would not bother with Kitizen. I'll be frank. UV star. I sell a lot of used jeans on eBay, Macari, and Poshmark. I don't know. That is a very good question. If you don't, yeah, because they re-rate you monthly, right? I thought that every month they look at what you're doing and re-rate you for your top rated. But if you're just gonna stop selling on there, like put it on hold for a while, could you just put your store like on hold or vacation for a while just to hold it open or something? Okay, we're gonna show you guys how to cross post from eBay to List Perfectly. The reason I'm going to show you this is because if you're new to List Perfectly, this is what you're going to do first. Most folks are on eBay. Most folks use eBay. And most people new to List Perfectly need to import all their listings from eBay to List Perfectly to have them in your catalog so you can cross post to other platforms. I also want to show you this. If you use List Perfectly, you want to make sure you have your little icon here. So click your puzzle piece in Google Chrome and put a push pen next to List Perfectly on your extensions. So this will pop up. So when you click it, you can go to settings and you want to make sure on general that you show copied status. This is how you keep your place. I hear a lot of people new to List Perfectly that are cross posting from eBay to List Perfectly, have thousands of listings, and they're like, how do I know where I left off? How do I know what I've copied? How do I know where I was? This is how. You click, you check, make sure there's a check mark in the box next to show copied. You can see all of ours are. You see where it says copied here? And that shows you on every platform. On Poshmark, it's going to say copied. On Macari, on your listings, it's going to say it's copied over here. Took me a second. It says it on the right, copied. Kitizen, your listings will say copied on the bottom left here. Grailed. Theirs are a little hard to see because it's kind of behind the blue circle, but you can see that it says something back there. So it says copied. So I don't know what this is. Oh, I had the stores up to show you guys them. But yeah, so you want to make sure that's on so you can see on the different platforms when you're in there, which of your items have been moved to your List Perfectly catalog and which have not. If you're moving from, let's say none of mine are copied and I'm brand new to List Perfectly, I want to copy. So I click in eBay on my active listings here, start selecting, and then you just click them and they turn green. Depending on your computer and your internet connection is how many you can do. I know some folks who are living in the country and have the bare bones internet that can do 5 or 10 at a time. I know people with really old dinosaur computers that can do 5 or 10 at a time. If you have powerful internet connection and a really good computer, you can do more. I have a gaming laptop that I work from, and the highest internet in our area, I can do 50 to 100. You don't have to babysit it either. So when you're first new and you want to get everything copied over, whatever your computer and your internet can handle, let's say it's 20, 50, you can highlight them, get them set. They start copying over, and you don't have to babysit. You can literally get them going, go thrift, go start dinner, walk away. You can come back later. For the purposes of this video, I'm only going to do 5 just to show you. When you've selected however many you're going to select, you click stop. You want to move them to List Perfectly. And then you click copy. I'm not going to copy them because I don't want duplicates in my catalog. But when you do click the copy, new tabs will pop up over here just to show you that it's working. And when it's all done, you'll go to your List Perfectly and they'll be there in your catalog for you. So that's how you do that. If you wanted to move from Poshmark to List Perfectly, it's the same idea. Start selecting up here, select them, stop, select List Perfectly, and copy. It'll put them right in your catalog. That works for any platform. You can do them in bulk. The plans that offer the bulk are the Business and Pro, not the Simple. Bulk import unlimited listings. You see how there's a red X there? It's only the Business and Pro that offer the bulk. I'm going to tell you right now, when you break it down, I'm going to have to eat another one of these. The Pro is $2 a day. A little over $2 a day. Let's actually do the math. That's a calendar. I started typing numbers. Oh my Lord. Maybe I am getting a cold. $2.30 a day. It is the best $2.30 a day I have ever spent in my life on my business, or probably in my life. You can try it for 30% off your first month with code flippinhippos if you guys aren't using it yet. But this bulk thing that I'm showing you, I did want to point out, is only available with Business and Pro. All right. So now got all the fees. So how do I cross post from List Perfectly to other platforms? Because it's just going the opposite way, right? Basically the same thing. So you're going to want to go into your catalog. And let's say I want to see what I don't have on eBay yet. I can filter it down to search for not sold, not eBay. And this is the old filters. A lot of people use these new ones, which are easier to use. You would do the same thing, not sold and not on eBay. And that will show me my entire catalog of things that I've taken pictures of that are just waiting for me or Keith to build the listing, remove the backgrounds, get it completely ready to push out, and then we can push them out. So let's say these were ready to go. It's the same concept. You select however many you want, the platforms you want them on. Say you want to go to all of these. These I can go ahead and show you because I can just close them out and it won't affect the platforms. And then you click copy and you see the tabs popping up. You have to make sure that you're actually logged into your selling platforms or this will not work. The List Perfectly extension only works if you're logged into your platforms. Otherwise, it'll stall out right here on the front page and ask you to log in. And then it kind of like ruins it from opening everything else up after that. So before you start work each day on your List Perfectly, you want to make sure you're logged into everything that you're going to be working on. Then you just go down and fill in what your listing didn't have filled in. This would have a lot more information in it if it had actually been a listing we had built and had ready. But you can see it will open them up in all the platforms for you. And so you can do as little or as many as you want. Again, that's going to be based on your computer's strengths and speed and your internet. You can do one platform at a time. You can do all 5 at a time. You can ask it to look at one at a time and just work on what's not on eBay today or what's not on Boxery today. Let's go look and see if we have anything in our catalog that's not on Boxery. We do. So we could just push those out. So how do you, once you have, when you're first new to List Perfectly, you're going to have stuff on selling platforms that's not on your catalog. Once you get everything moved to your catalog, I mean, ideally, you kind of want to start your listings in List Perfectly and then push them out to eBay and elsewhere. It really streamlines your process and makes everything easier. So you're going to want to set up templates in List Perfectly. You can set up as many templates as you want, and they can include as much or as little information as you want. I always recommend have one for every item that you're going to be listing often, and fill out as much information in the template as you can ahead of time. They're just like eBay templates. But the best part is, let's say you're working on jeans. Today's the day I'm going to take pictures of jeans. I come in here under default template, and you can do this on your phone as well. And I make jeans my default template. So then when I go to my phone and I open up listperfectly.com right on my phone and I tell it I want to add a listing, I'm looking at a screen like this, already set to my jeans template because I set that as my default, and I can hit the plus sign and I can start taking the pictures. And when you take a picture, of your item, you say okay, and you say next photo. And you do that as many times as you need to until you have all the pictures you want, and then you say done, and then you say save and new. And you do that 40 times, 20 times, however many pairs of jeans you're taking a picture of that day. Then you go back to your List Perfectly and you refresh it. And, I only showed you one for the purpose of this video, but if I had done 20 pairs of jeans or 40 pairs of jeans, they would all be waiting right here for me. You see the stuffed animals? That was the day I set my default to animals. Then I would just go into each one individually. I could bulk remove the background, fill in my title, fill in my measurements, any other information I wanted. Then I would update them. And if I had 10, 20, 30, 40, once they were all built, that's the best way to do your work, guys. I tell you that all the time. You want to do work in bulk batches. So take all your photos, come over here and build all your listings. Once all 40 are built, do what I showed you here and push them out. And so that is the best way to streamline your processes for cross-posting. If you're not using List Perfectly, you're probably doing it manually right now, which is fine, which is not fine. It's not. I mean, I don't want to tell anybody what you're doing is wrong, but I feel like even just getting the lowest subscription is better than nothing, just because it's such a good way to manage your inventory. It removes backgrounds. You can add different footers on all your different selling platforms. You can have alerts on different platforms. So you can have an alert set up so eBay doesn't let you put the word Velcro. You can, they have a new sales detection. I should show you that real quick. Then I'm going to answer questions, and then I'm going to give away a free month, and then I'm going to go away. Let's see. Mine are all red right now because I broke my links. But you can go in here and you can say that sold. Click it. It takes you right to it in List Perfectly, and then you can mark it sold. So that helps you with ending items that have sold. All right, let me go. Okay, if you're seeing two of each one, then I don't know if you accidentally double moved or what you did, and without actually seeing your screen and what you did. If you're doing exactly what I'm doing and you're still seeing a mistake, go to listperfectly.com, main menu, make sure you're logged in, go to help and news, contact us, help requests, fill out a support ticket like this, and they usually get back to you within 24 hours. It's a lot faster than that, but I don't want to overpromise for LP, so they get back to you really fast. And they can Zoom call you, and you can share your screen if you need to. They'll help you out. So my template for the plush is probably my weakest template with the least information. But it's enough to get started when we go to list it. So I have the inches marked, so we can just put how many inches the plush is. And then we would just have to put Disney, Lion King, and then fill out the rest. It has the least amount of information, but plush are like probably the easiest to list other than remote. So tornado, that's not good. Yeah, the photo quality on List Perfectly is the best, and the photo remover is Photo Room, which is really good. You're already in the basement with your reselling stuff. You're good. Just stay down there and be safe. I need to see you a week from Monday when List Perfectly comes to Pittsburgh. It's $2.30 a day. So figure out where you can cut out $2.30 a day. I do not believe so, Darlene. You can take your pictures and upload them List Perfectly, but you're creating a complete extra step for yourself. I don't know why you would want to do that if you could take them right in List Perfectly. I used to, but it's creating a whole extra step or two. because then you take them on your phone and then you have to somehow get them to your computer and then upload them to LP or upload them from your phone to LP. So it's better to just start with List Perfectly, and you can do it all right on your phone. I love sales detection. It's really, yeah, you can also add colors. So I've been using the new List Perfectly background remover with the colors in it. I have been using for my YouTube. See how the little pictures on the red and the blue on my thumbnails? I used to have to remove the background with List Perfectly. And then I have another program that makes the background transparent and then put it on my thumbnails, but now it's a little easier. So I'm excited about it. I can't even work my computer. Maybe I should start doing my shows on Monday when I'm not, like, at the end of the week. I'm so tired. Yeah, worth the $2.30 a day. Hey, Kelly, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you so much. So yeah, Diane, if that's the way you want to do it, some folks do, you can, but I think you're creating more work and extra steps for yourself. All right, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, comment over there real quick. Don't be tired. Yeah, we're going out to the casino again tonight. They gave us $50 in spins for free. So we're going to go spend off $50 of their money, $100 total. And when it's gone, we're walking out. If we won something, we'll cash it out. If we didn't, we had a whole night of entertainment on their dime. They have these new Monty Python slot machines. So we're pretty stoked. And we ordered hoagies from a pizza shop to be delivered here at 5:45. So we're going to eat our hoagies, load up our dishwasher. So that's done. Go to the casino, and then we're going to come home and watch the Baby Yoda show, The Mandalorian. Correct. Photo room is integrated into List Perfectly. Let me make sure I promise I know how to use the computer. I want to make sure which plans have the background remover and how many for you real quick. Photo background removers on all of them. The pro plan gets $1,500 a month. The business plan gets $50. The simple plan gets $25. So if you have anything below the pro plan, you may still need your photo room. If that's not enough for you, it's right here. I can tell you that with the pro plan, we list 30 to 50 items a day. We've never really gone over it. So if you have the pro plan, you're cool, I think. You're cool. The only thing is like when we first started moving everything over to List Perfectly in the beginning and started removing the backgrounds, we ran out all the time because we had all of our thousands. We had 3,000, 4,000 listings back then that we were trying to get fixed up. Yeah, that would be a good idea to reduce clicks. I still feel like it takes more time to upload them than to just have them in the catalog. I might also, let me put this out there. I might also be biased because the current way that Keith and I are working is he's doing all of the listing and I'm doing all of the photos. So I'm just up here taking photos. They're going right into the catalog. He can grab them anytime and just start listing. He doesn't have to wait for me to upload them or fart around. So you're absolutely welcome. All right, who wants a free month of List Perfectly? Who wants a free month? Here's the rules. In order to win a free month, you have to have been here today and commented over there. And if you're already a List Perfectly user, you can still get a free month. You can upgrade. Leslie! Leslie is already a user. So you're already pro plan too, right? So If you ever win, I give out a free month of List Perfectly every single week on my live show. If you're already a user, you can upgrade to a higher plan for the month to try it, or just get a break from your bill for a month, or it can be brand new to List Perfectly and try it out. So congrats, Leslie. By the way, she's going to fuss at me. Y'all know all those wonderful plush unboxings I do on my channel? They're from Leslie. She's the one that goes to the bins and picks all the plush, and then I buy them from her. That's her. So, and I think you're coming to the List Perfectly event next week. So I'll see you in a week in person. So, yeah, if you missed any part of the show, you can always go back and watch it from the beginning. I will upload the replay to YouTube for you guys. If you need to rewatch any of the tutorials or any of the information I gave out about List Perfectly or fee charts or anything like that, it'll be uploaded for you guys. I will be in the next couple of months redoing a lot of the tutorials on my YouTube channel, the pre-recorded, just the basics of eBay, Boxery, Poshmark, new reseller hacks, old hacks, new hacks for old dogs, and the List Perfectly tutorials. I need to update everything. It's all outdated. There's a lot of new stuff on all the platforms in List Perfectly, but it's a huge task. It's a huge project. It's going to take me months to compile just everything and get it all recorded and uploaded, but it is coming. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up with me. I was reading Leslie's comment. She's bringing plushies. She's bringing me new friends. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave today, guys. It helps the channel out so much. Also, you know what I'm going to say, right? Because it's Friday. Work is important, but so is your mental health, and so is work-life balance. So take some time this weekend to do something fun for yourself, with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and your pets. Just take some time to breathe and enjoy life. Work to live, guys. Don't live to work. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Tomorrow is April Fool's Day, so be diligent. Don't let anybody fool you tomorrow. Don't forget to use your coupons too. Get your free supplies. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye. Happy weekend.